Hello, my name is KenziiSims, and welcome to this extra long, extra detailed, fully furnished, chatty speed build. I've called this house Shrewsbury Farm, and it is built on a 64 by 64 lot in the world of Sunset Valley. The main house consists of 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a living room, an office, a kitchen/diner, a mudroom, a laundry room, and a conservatory. And the outside consists of a barn, 2 stables for horses, a pig pen, a lamb enclosure, the cow tipping object from the store, the chicken coops also from the store, the Grandpa's Grove tractor set from the store, a huge garden with pretty much every harvestable in the game, 4 beekeeping boxes, a pond with ducks, a tree with a swing, a shed with tools and a woodworking table, a seating area and a barbecue area for the adults, and a few playground items for the kids. So this house has pretty much most aspects of the game. So I really don't think your Sims will ever be bored or you'll be bored playing in it, which is amazing. This is the proudest I've ever been of one of my builds so far. Couldn't wait to get this speed build out for you because it's taken me so long to create. I literally had 10.5 hours of footage. So that's why the video is kind of long, which I'm glad about because now it feels like a bit of a podcast, and I love a good podcast, not gonna lie. I've always wanted to have my own podcast as well, but to be able to associate The Sims in some way. So me coming out with longer, more detailed speed builds is kind of hitting 2 birds with 1 stone, and a bit of a dream come true, to be honest. And I know a lot of you love my long, chatty videos, so here we are. I'm so excited. I feel like I've gone back to my roots as well, and what I mean by that is when I first started YouTube, I wouldn't care so much about the quantity on my channel. I preferred focusing on the quality of my videos. So back then, I would spend like a month or two building and perfecting a house and just uploading a video as and when I had one, really. So it's kind of nice that I've come full circle. And also, I am now able to combine my Sims videos with a podcast type of video because it's just something I've been so passionate about for a long time, but I just didn't know how to execute it. But now I found a way, so I'm so happy. There might be a few stop and starts in this voiceover. My throat is not being kind to me. I've had a cold for like 2, 3 weeks now, and it's not leaving me. It's not leaving my body. So it's driving me mad, but never mind. So, first thing I want to talk about on this podcast slash speed build, who do I think I am? Anyway, is I've been really into realistic types of like films and series. And there's just a couple that I wanted to speak about now that I've been kind of watching over the past month or two. So, there's a film on Netflix called Accused, and oh my gosh, it's a heartbreaking film, but it's so good and so realistic, and it's literally what could happen in the world of social media. Um, yeah, it's mental, and I don't want to do any spoilers or anything because, like, I really would urge you to go and watch it. It's quite violent though, so depends if you're into that kind of thing. Um, so basically, this lad goes, he's in uni, he goes back home to his parents, so he gets the train or the underground or something back to his homeland, I suppose. It's set in England as well, which is good, and I love a good British series or a British film. So much more interested in them than American ones. I don't know, maybe it's because I am English, but yeah, I just think English type of films and series and stuff, they are a bit more realistic than the American type films. But anyway, I don't know. I can't really say much because maybe they are realistic. Maybe American films and stuff are more realistic to Americans because that's how Americans are. But to me, I don't know. It seems quite. I don't want to say it in a mean way, but I can't think of another word. It seems quite phony, some of the American stuff. I mean, I know a lot of it is comedy and slapstick and all that kind of stuff, but that's just not what I'm into. Like, I really love, like I said, the realistic type of things or things that could happen and stories that could take place. And I love also seeing places I've visited or places I um, lived, whatever, on the TV. Like, I love seeing that. But anyway, back to that film. Yeah, it's a film. So the lad is on the way to his parents' house. His parents, he gets there. His parents go away somewhere. He's left in the house. I think it's literally overnight. He's got a dog. I don't know when his parents are meant to be back, maybe the next day or something. And he is just on the phone with his girlfriend. Everything's fine. He starts. Oh, there's a picture on the news of a terrorist who basically bombed. Excuse me, my throat's awful. Bombed the London Underground or a train or something. The one he wasn't on, obviously, a different one. And he was kind of dressed similarly to him, and he had like the same beard and stuff. So yeah, there's a picture going around on the news, and the girlfriend was like, "Oh my god, it looks like you," joking about, and he was like, "Shut up." And then he was like, "Oh my god, it actually does look like me." Um, but it wasn't actually a picture of him; it was a picture of the terrorist. But then there was two girls who were walking in front of him, and they were like taking a selfie of each other or of themselves, and he was in the background, but with like the dog filter on. And then I think they posted like then he opened Twitter, and they posted like, "Oh my god, he was literally walking behind me. This is the terrorist that bombed, or it looks like the terrorist. He's got the same hat on, he's got the same beard and stuff." And it was just like scary for this lad, like so scary, and I couldn't imagine being in that position. And then he was like freaking out, and he phoned the police, and he was like, "All this stuff's going on online." The police weren't being very helpful. They were just saying, "Okay, we've made a report, and you're just gonna have to wait it out." Like, that's about it. Let me just have a sip of me coffee. So all that happened anyway. They all thought it was him. People doxed him. This one girl actually was like, "Oh my god, I know him from school or something." Yeah, his address got found out, his pictures from his Facebook and Instagram got found out. He tried to deactivate it all. Um, Pictures of his family got sent around all Twitter and that, and it was just, oh my gosh. And it wasn't even him. It was some other guy. It was this was an Asian guy, so obviously it was kind of racially provoked as well. Like, just because he's Asian, they were like, oh, stereotyping basically. It's not good at all. Excuse me, sorry, I don't want to keep coughing, but I'm gonna have to. And yeah, the guy who actually did it was a white guy. So it was just like, oh, it's just disgusting how people can just assume just because of someone's race. But anyway, it was fictional, but it was such a good film. And then it ended up that people found out where he lived, and these two men were like, well, actually, you know what people like on Twitter? Oh, we're gonna unalive him. We're gonna do this and do that. Um, no, no terrorists allowed in, you know, around by me. I will do this to them. Oh, it's all mouth, all mouth. But then there was two guys who got his address and literally turned up to his house, broke in, killed the dog. I was like, what? That was awful. Um, and yeah, basically tried to kill this lad who had nothing to do with anything. And he was terrified. He was on his own. It was like 3 in the morning. They were creeping out outside his house, and then they finally got in, and he was trying to rush around his house trying to hide. Luckily, the house is quite big, so he could hide. Then he got in the car, tried to drive away, got to the neighbour's house. The neighbour was up at 3 a.m. for some reason. This old lady just, having a cup of tea, whatever. He was like, "Oh my god, let me in, let me in." She was like taking her time to come to the door and being like, what's he bloody want now?" Um, Thinking he was drunk or something, and he wasn't. He was just absolutely terrified. He's like, "These people are after me. I need help." Blah 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 blah. And yeah, she let him in. She kind of helped him, but when she went in the kitchen to make him a cup of tea, she heard something on the radio about this terrorist, and that point, the news, I think, had his name. So they said his name, and she obviously clocked on that, oh my gosh, he's in the house. So she pretended to be friendly to him, but actually was waiting for either the men to come or the police to come or something. And they, oh, there was a big fight in the house, and he ended up, one of the lads who tried to come and kill him basically got killed by the lad. So the lad ended up murdering him just to protect himself. So, excuse me. So I was thinking, oh gosh, that's it. He's a goner now. Like he's gonna be in prison for something that he did, but he had to defend himself. What could he do? And he didn't do this terrorist thing. So, but it's just such a mad and emotional up and down roller coaster. Like it was so good. And the end clip was basically him and his family. Um, he They were in like a therapist office, and they were like, okay, so how do you feel after all this now it's all over? And you could just see the look on his face. He looked so drained, so terrified, and you could just tell that he is traumatized for life now. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And I love stuff to do with like mental health and trauma and real something that's realistic. Social media, I love stuff about social media and like the dangers of social media. It just really interests me. And I know I've just basically told you everything that happened, but please go and watch it because you have to watch it to kind of experience the highs and the lows. And that's another thing I love as well. Like if something can keep me gripped and interested and I can feel all these different emotions, like that's it. I am loving it. I am obsessed. So, the other thing I've been watching is The Crown. So, again, another kind of realistic thing. Probably not 100% accurate because how could they know exactly the conversations between everyone and exactly what's happened? They just kind of go off, I suppose, what they know in the media, which again is not a good thing. Sometimes it's not a good thing. Like the media make stuff up, lie, and just, yeah, it's not good. Sorry, another sip of me coffee before it goes cold. Get yourself a coffee or a snack, by the way, or a drink, just anything, because, you'll be here for the long haul if you stay with me. So, The Crown. I can't remember what season it is, but the last season that's coming out, uh, there's another few episodes. I think that, yeah, they need to come out. I can't remember when they're going to come out. And then that's like the end of the season, or the whole series, actually. And it's all about Diana and her obviously dying in the car crash and stuff. And it's, to be fair, it's not as uh, upsetting and emotionally gripping as I thought it would be. It's kind of very um, here's the crash. You don't see the crash, you just see the car go into the tunnel. And obviously, the dad's telling the boys, and it is sad, obviously, but it's not. I suppose I have to kind of respect the royal family. They don't want to make it too dramatic and stuff, I suppose. But yeah, there's just like that's really good. I'm really getting into that. And then I've got to wait another however long for the next part to come out, which is annoying. But yeah, I'm not really going to talk much about that because I think everyone kind of knows the story. And if you don't, please go and watch The Crown. It's so good. Watch it from the beginning. I love it from the beginning because the Queen starts off like in her 20s, and then in the next couple of series, she's like mid, I don't know, 40s or 50s or something. And then in the later series with Diana, she's older. So it's just really nice to learn about our royal family, I suppose, because I didn't really know much about them, and I'm really obsessed with Kate and William at the moment. I follow this page on Instagram or a couple of pages on Instagram, and it shows all what they do and where they've been, what they're doing, where they're going, all that kind of stuff. And it's so interesting to see. And oh, Kate is beautiful. She is the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life. Like, not even exaggerating. She's absolutely stunning, and she's so naturally pretty, and her hair's gorgeous. I know she has makeup artists, hair people, but she's just absolutely stunning and so nice and friendly and stuff like that to the people. I mean, I know we've heard things in Harry's book and on the news about her not being very nice to Meghan and stuff, but I don't know. I just think she's literally a diamond. Like I love her. I really love her. So another thing I'm really getting into lately, which I never ever used to be interested in at all. So like social experiments and like Also, sometimes game shows. Just having a sip of me drink again. So, maths. Married at First Sight. I loved this last year and the year before, I think. I thought it was so interesting and funny, and it's good to learn. Like, I love learning. I was about to say always have done, but that's probably not the case because when I was in school, I hated learning unless there's something I was really interested in, like the Tudors or something like that, which I love the Tudors. Don't know why. Yeah, I would listen and enjoy it and take it all in and stuff. But like with these like social experiments and these game shows and I don't know, like Married at First Sight is basically they meet someone who could be compatible with them or is compatible with them apparently. Um, and they basically marry them and live with them and just see how it goes. And so I was really interested in that last year and the year before. This year, I was interested in it at first. I was so excited for it. And then Big Brother came out and I was hooked on Big Brother. And they were both on at the same time every night, which was annoying. So, but I'd choose to watch Big Brother. And then I'd watch Maths like the next day, catch up. But then it kind of got boring. But anyway, back to Maths. So, it's nice to, like, I'm in a relationship, happily in a relationship. We live together and everything. But you learn so much about living with someone and your partner and yourself by just being with somebody. Um, you know, every day you're learning something new. And maths also teaches you a lot about relationships and, sometimes I don't do everything perfectly. My girlfriend doesn't do it everything perfectly. But we watch this program and like you can learn a lot and incorporate it into your relationship and stuff. Um, and it's really nice. It's nice to learn all that kind of stuff and see how other people on the TV, like, what would be the word? I don't know, react to certain things and just how they are in a relationship. And does the age make a difference? Is it their upbringing that makes a difference? So many different things like make you a, a certain way in like a relationship. So many factors like the way you've been brought up, your childhood can really I can't think of words. It can really set you up for life in a good or a bad way. Um of being in a relationship with someone. And yeah, these programs, especially maths where they have like the three people who basically they're kind of like relationship therapists, whatever you call it, counselors. And they just say like what they've been doing right, what they've been doing wrong. They speak to them and ask them all these questions. And if they're being, the way they shouldn't be, they call them out on it and stuff. And I don't know, it's just so interesting to listen to. And as I said, you can learn a lot from it and how to better yourself in your relationship and stuff. So I love learning that kind of stuff. I really, really do. And that's kind of what I get from maths, even though the last couple of weeks I was kind of getting bored, but I don't know if that's because I was just watching Big Brother and more into that. So let's talk about Big Brother. Oh my gosh, that has been the most gripped I've been with a social experiment or a uh, reality TV show, whatever you want to call it. They call it social experiment now. Not sure why they've changed it because I don't think they ever used to call it that, but whatever. Um, I kind of like it because it is a social experiment. They throw 16 people into a house, see how they all get on. They're all from different backgrounds, different races, different religions, different everything. And it's so interesting. And again, because they are from all different walks of life, it's really nice to learn from them. Um, I learn a lot from that as well. Again, love learning, really love learning. And the two people who were the stars for me was Jordan and Henry. I don't know if you watched it, but basically they were two like posh gay guys, and they basically found love in the house. Now they've come out, they're together, and oh my God, they were so cute, so genuine. Jordan won, one of the lads, and the other lad came like was like third runner up or something. And oh, they're just gorgeous people, and I'm obsessed with them now. I watch all their Instagram stories and podcasts they're in and all that kind of stuff, and I just love them. TikTok, everything. Absolutely love them. Like they're so just genuine people, and that's another thing I love as well. I'd rather watch these social experiments where normal people go into them and you just get to know different people, different personalities, again, from all different walks of life. And I'd rather follow these type of people because I know they're real and genuine people. They're not actors, they're not, Big Brother isn't staged. It's all literally these people are themselves. And the first week or two, they're probably not fully themselves because they're, I suppose, scoping everyone out, just seeing who they like to be around and don't like to be around. And then your true colours start to come out because you can't hide them forever. And I just find it so interesting to watch all these people that I've never met before. And there was a load of drama in the house. There was this woman who was, well, there was a man who was a bit aggressive towards this woman, and she like basically shouted at him, and what would just basically told him off, and he shut up then. And it's just so entertaining and so funny. Um, but then you've got to remember, like, these are real people, these are real emotions, and the emotions are probably really heightened when you're all in the Big Brother house together. And then people get evicted, and oh my God, the savage ways that people get evicted. Like one of them, Matty, if you watch it, if you don't, this lad called Matty, they all, after a while, get like letters from home, and they all start crying. It's all upsetting, and it's really cute. And then one of them got evicted that night, and their letter basically read, "Oh, I've seen you thrive in the Big Brother house," all this kind of stuff. This big, long letter. And then at the end, it's like, but your time is finally up. You've now been evicted. So at the end of his like letter, that his friend, like his close friend, is a very emotional girl, who like she read it out. She basically didn't have to evict him, but like she had to tell him, "Oh, but you're evicted," and she was absolutely distraught, and it was so savage. But like, I love it. I love the drama, and it's not like drama where it's like really gonna upset and traumatize someone for the rest of their life. It's just like, oh my gosh, shocking. But it's so good, and there's so many funny parts, and then they do tasks and all that kind of stuff, and then yeah, like I said, once you get to know these certain characters, you can then follow them on their social medias and their journey and stuff, and it's just so nice to see. And it's also especially so nice to see someone who really deserves is it 100K win it. So Jordan, who won it, he deserves it so much. Like he's such a nice, genuine, funny, dry humoured character, like proper British humour, and he's just lovely. And his boyfriend now, Henry, like I just I shipped them so hard from the start, and I'm so glad they basically falling in love. No, but they're so cute. And that's all I've really got to say about Big Brother, I think. So another like reality program thing I've been watching is Squid Game: The Challenge. I've already watched the original Squid Games series. I'm actually rewatching that now, but yeah, I watched that a couple of years ago and I loved that. But this Squid Game: The Challenge, where real people go and do all the challenges and stuff. Obviously, they don't get killed. um, they just do the tasks, and when they fall onto soft stuff. It's not as brutal as the actual Squid Games. Um, and I love it because so when like it's so much money, it's like 5 million dollars you can win. Is it dollars or is it pounds? I don't know. But that is a lot of money. Like you wouldn't have to work ever again. And it starts off with like over 300 people, I think, like 360 something people, I think. And obviously, they all get eliminated. They do red light, green light. They do the marble game. They do so many different games, and it's who basically can get to the end, like the very one. one last person. Only one can win that 5 million. Um, and it's so nice to see. Not nice because it's not nice, but it's so interesting to see how people's brains work and like who would they throw under the bus to win that 5 million. And there's some people who are just like there's three left now. I'm on the final. The final's coming out on the 6th of December, so a couple of days. And I I can't wait. Like I'm so invested and I just can't wait. There's one person that I want to win. Um, but I don't know. There's three left, and there's one that I think does not deserve to win at all, and then there's two which I wasn't really paying attention to them too much um throughout the game, so I'm not sure if I personally think they should win. But it's I don't know. Again, it's like another bit of a social experiment to see who's smart enough, I suppose, or not smart enough. Who's like, oh, excuse me, who's logical enough to win. But also, I like to give the person, like, I like the winner to be someone who deserves it. And there's only one which I think would deserve it. So I hope that person wins. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone in case you are watching it, or in case you're going to watch it, but please watch it. Oh my gosh, so good. Um, and yeah, as I said, like, there's some people in there that there was this one lad who was so over the top and cocky and arrogant and stuff, but he kept saying, "I'm not cocky and arrogant. I'm a nice guy. I'm this and that." And everyone on like TikTok and that was like, "Yeah, we wanted you to go, blah 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 blah." And he's like, "Oh, I don't care what these people think," and he probably genuinely doesn't, which is good. I mean, if you're gonna be cocky and arrogant, you kind of need to not. If someone does dislikes you, you kind of need to just be like, "Oh, okay, whatever," and accept it because yeah, you can't cry about it after you've been a bit of a knob. But anyway, so everyone was like, "Oh my god," like everyone in the program and also people watching were all like, "Oh my god, I want him to go. He's driving me mad. He's just like he doesn't deserve to win. The way he goes around," and he was kind of mean to people as well a little bit. He was like one of those proper bros, like lads, just a knob, basically. And he went quite far, and I was thinking, oh, if he gets to the final, I'm gonna be pissed. But then he ended up coming out, which was good, and I was like, yes, you don't deserve it. You're not a nice person. But there's, you know, people in there that deserve it more. There was people in there that deserved it as well, which didn't win and they got eliminated quite early. And I was like, no, I was rooting for you, but whatever. Um, but yeah, it's a good watch. All those things I've suggested, such a good watch. Um, so onto YouTube. So I have actually gone off watching YouTube at the moment, so I'm not actually watching anything on there. I might watch a video here and there if one pops up, but I don't know, it's just too repetitive, and I've seen the same builds be done over and over. Even like I watched Sims 4 builds, Sims 2 builds, Sims 3 builds, and they really are just samey. Like they're all the same. There's one style that everyone does. I try and do different, I'll try and go for like English type builds or just more realistic, more realism. But I feel like in the Sims community, there's a lot of like people who just stick to like the Sims cartoony way of building, or the I don't really know who started off the way that people wallpaper the exterior of the house and stuff, or like the way that people build. Um, but it's kind of like a running trend that it keeps carrying on, and people aren't original. Like I don't want to be mean, but I genuinely don't think people are original on YouTube anymore. It's all copycatting and, doing the same thing as each other. So it's a shame, really. Like, I just wish people come out with their own ideas. So the kind of style I'm trying to get at is like the siding with the like pillars on the side and being all different colors. And I don't know, like I know in America they have houses with siding, but I see a lot of English simmers doing the same thing. They don't really build houses. Like you can tell that they're building houses. I mean, they're enjoying it, whatever. Like I'm not one to tell someone what to do. This is just my opinion and why I won't watch anymore. Um, so instead of doing something different, they just do the same as everyone else. So it's obviously they've taken inspiration, which is fine. taking inspiration from other builders that are probably living in America, uh, and basically turning the house into the same. Obviously, it's different floor plan. It looks different on the exterior, but the wallpapers are the same. The landscaping is the same. The way they furnish and color the furniture. We've got a color wheel in The Sims 3, and so much you can customize in The Sims 3, and people just don't like. They just kind of do the same thing in every build, whether it be the same as someone else or the same as their all of their builds. And like I said, if people enjoy it, go ahead. But I'm personally, I've just gone off it. I'm kind of over it now. I'm kind of just that probably sounds really mean the way I said all that, but I don't mean to come across mean. It's just literally my opinion, so I'm just telling you my opinion, just chatting. This is a now a podcast after all, apparently. um, but it is sad though because I've lived on YouTube for literally the past 7 years, maybe longer, and now it's just dry to be honest. Well, maybe I'm just getting older. I don't know. Like, I'm not blaming other people, but also a lot of simmers that I used to watch, they don't post anymore, and it's so, so sad. Like, obviously, the famous Life Simmer, she doesn't post anymore. Um, and her streams aren't just Sims anymore. Plus, she doesn't really keep the VODs. And I don't like because she lives on a completely different time zone. I'm never awake when she's streaming, so I can never catch her streams now anyway. But when I do, like they're not Sims streams, they're like Disney Dreamlight Valley or they're just her chatting or something, which is fine. Like I don't mind listening to her chat as well. Or some of the games she plays, I'm just like, I'm not interested in that. But again, people grow, they change, and they get interested in different things, which is absolutely fine. Which is what I've done. I've changed over the years. I've and I'm not saying I haven't built houses in the past that I've kind of got inspiration from American builders. Like, of course, I've done the siding and the same kind of um, furnishing and customizing the furniture and that. Like, I've done exactly the same. I'm not trying to say that I haven't, because I have. But yeah, um, I just like being a bit more original, I think. So maybe me doing these really long videos and really detailed videos and more of like English style homes is something that, yeah, might make me stick out a bit from the crowd, which would be nice. But anyway, if not, it doesn't matter. I'm just doing it because I enjoy it. Uh, it's not for any reason anymore, not for the views, not for the money, nothing like that. So it's all good. But yeah, the only kind of videos I've been watching recently, actually, on YouTube is like how to beautify The Sims 2, how to beautify The Sims 3, and how to like, Sims 4 mods and stuff. So we all know I play The Sims 3. I build in The Sims 3, I have done for a long, long time. But Sims 2 is something I really want to get back into. I've seen a lot of people posting videos on The Sims 2, and it's really fun to watch actually. It's making me miss The Sims 2. I don't know how I'd get The Sims 2 on my computer because they don't sell the Ultimate Collection anymore, do they? Which is a shame. But yeah, if anyone knows how I can get The Sims 2, then that would be amazing. I'd love to play and try and give it a go. Um, but I love like heavily modded games and like loads of CC and stuff. So I've also been interested in The Sims 4. So I've been watching like, yeah, videos on just kind of how to improve your gameplay, I suppose, and everything on The Sims 4 and The Sims 2, because I will eventually put that into practice and actually download stuff. But well, download The Sims 2 and then download the mods and CC for that. And I need reshade and all that kind of stuff. I did have reshade at one point, but I couldn't figure out how to keep turning it on and off properly and using it properly. So I'll have to, yeah, try that again. It kind of stopped. It worked, but it was like a bit fiddly with working sometimes on The Sims 3 and that. I don't know. But and then with The Sims 4, I've actually downloaded my packs that I bought ages ago. I went mad one day and just bought a load of Sims 4 packs. I was like, that's it, I'm just going to buy loads. And literally, um, I didn't, I took it back off my computer after a week. And like The Sims 4 is a game that I really like. The idea of it is like, oh my god, yes, I really want to play it and I can't wait to download it and do all this stuff and build. Like, I probably wouldn't play the gameplay because I've heard it's naff. And also, I don't play even Sims 3 gameplay that much. If I do, it's on a live stream, and it's very, very rare. But yeah, Sims 4. I've put it on my laptop. I've tried to have a go a few times. I've downloaded that Curse Forge CC app thing. I'm not really getting on with that. It seems to be quite glitchy, and also it doesn't load very well. And when I type in, like, you have to literally type in the exact word or the exact name of a creator, otherwise they won't come up. And it's a bit fiddly, really. It's a bit hard work, but still trying to every couple of days. Just I'm gonna pop on my laptop and try and figure it out. But yeah, maybe once I get a bit more familiar with The Sims 4 on my laptop, I will put it on my computer. But then my computer does struggle for memory, so I'll have to upgrade my computer, which is a nightmare. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. And yeah, so that's all I've really been doing. Obviously, constantly downloading and looking for new CC and mods for The Sims 3 as well. This house actually, it's got a lot of CC in it, but it's also a massive lot, and it ran so well until like the kind of end of the build, and then it started lagging a bit, and I was like, oh gosh. So I'm not sure how playable this house would be, but you can always download it, which download will be in the description, and take out the CC. I mean, it probably won't come with CC anyway. I'm not sure how to actually upload a build and make it come with all the CC that I've put in it. So everything will probably be changed to like game stuff or whatever whatever packs you've got. Yeah, it probably will be changed to that anyway. So I don't really know how it would work, unfortunately. That's the rubbish thing about The Sims 3. It's hard to get the, you know, CC over to someone else's game. But, I kind of like, you can download the house if you want, by all means, like whatever you want to do. But I kind of just like uh making these videos just for something for you guys to watch, I suppose, and also myself to watch back. Like, this is probably very vain, but I do sometimes watch my videos back because, like, I have obviously built this house or my houses. Okay, not so much in the past. I've not been so proud of my videos in the past, but this houses like this and houses that I used to do ages ago, I was very proud of them because I'd spend, like I said, a month or two perfecting them and making them really detailed and stuff. So I don't mind watching my own like videos I am really proud of. I wouldn't watch back, the ones that uh, I didn't really spend too much time on. So, but the ones, with CC in it or the ones that are heavily detailed, like this one, yeah, definitely would watch back, in a year or a few months or something. I wouldn't just watch it back, now. But when I'm bored, like, I do kind of watch my own videos back because, the reason I've built this house um, and uploaded it to YouTube is because I enjoyed it and I was proud of it and I liked the way it turned out. So I don't mind rewatching it and stuff. I know it sounds so, so vain, and there's probably so many people that are like, I can't even listen to my own voice back, which I couldn't at first. Like, when I first started YouTube, I could not for the life of me listen back to my voice. I was like, oh my gosh, my voice is awful. But no, it's not too bad now. I think I've gotten used to it. Which isn't a bad thing because if you can't be proud of your, art creations, then, can anyone else really be? So I've got a couple more things to talk about. So I went to London quite recently. I loved every minute of it. Like I've told you, I love the royal family. I went to see Buckingham Palace. I went to see Downing Street. Harrods and Hamleys, so many different places I went to, and I was obsessed. Big Ben, the bridge, the London Eye, everything. Didn't go on the London Eye, unfortunately. It just didn't seem worth it, really, for the money and that. I know it would have been a good view, but I don't know, maybe one day. Um, it was so, so fun. I loved it. Loved every minute, and I wanted to see the trolley stuck in the wall at King's Cross, but King's Cross is so far from like anywhere else that well, the area I was in. God, I swear I'm developing a stutter. But yeah, I love it. Love London. Like, I really want to go back. My girlfriend isn't a massive fan of like busy places, so I'm not sure if she'd come again. Um, she did say, "Oh, once I go, I'm never going again," and I said, "Oh, but I want to go and like we could do this and do that," and she was like, "Hmm." So we'll see. We'll see if she ever wants to go again. I think it'd be nice, but yeah. And if you want to see my adventures, because I do love to travel. Like I haven't been to that many places, but I do love to like go around and travel, and I make like little reels on Instagram and stuff of where I've been to. Um, like I've been to Spain, I've been to Northern Ireland, I've been to London, I've been to where else have I been? Shrewsbury, like everywhere, loads of different places. Not too far. I mean, I'd love to go further. I don't know if I would actually. I don't know if I would like to go really far. Like to Dubai and Egypt and all those mad places that people go. I don't know if I would like to go to these places. I kind of enjoy staying close to home. I think. Like I've always wanted to go to Florida and go to Disney World, but I don't think that would ever happen. And if it did, I don't know. The flight puts me off. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I could do it. I went to Coventry last weekend. Was it last weekend with my sister? We did some Christmas shopping, but also she gave me like a tour around all the cathedral ruins and all the kind of places there. So if you again want to see some pictures from me in Coventry, then Instagram is your place. I'm really trying to get my Instagram up, and like so I'd love if you could go and give me a follow over there. Um, I do keep changing my Instagram and making new accounts and stuff because I'm just never happy with it, but I'm happy with the content on there now and the way that I have like I don't know, the way I've made it. So it's a bit of like obviously I've got all my builds on there. I'm still a work in progress. I'm still gonna be adding more builds on. But there's also like pictures of me and my adventures, and then there's like highlights of places I've visited and stuff. And yeah, just a good time. And my stories are always just random things and pictures and videos of where I am, what I'm doing, memes, like all different stuff. So please go and follow me over there. I really want to get to like 1,000. I don't know if this is really like wishing, like if I'm dreaming, but I really want to get to like 1,000 followers on there. How many have I got now? I'm gonna have a quick look. It's not nowhere near that. I've got 256 followers, but I'd love if you wouldn't mind going and following and getting me up to as high as possible, really, because I just I don't know why on all of my socials I love to hit 1,000. I've recently hit 1,000 on TikTok, and my TikToks are doing so well. Oh my gosh, I'm loving TikTok at the moment. I literally just do like get ready with me to play The Sims, and then I put a few builds on there and stuff. But I'm getting like 86k views, 20k views, all that kind of stuff. Mad. Like people love a get ready with me. It's crazy. But yeah, I love it. And I try and do a TikTok at least once a week because there's only so many times I can get ready to play The Sims. I mean, I only play The Sims probably once a week anyway, um, maybe twice a week if my girlfriend's at work on a Saturday because I have Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays off. My girlfriend works like every other Saturday and she obviously works Fridays. But I luckily have those days off every single week. So depending on what I'm doing, if she's working, sometimes I get 2 days on The Sims, but any other day we're always busy or we need to go shopping or to be honest, I just like to spend time with her and sit on the sofa all Sunday afternoon if like with her and watch crap on the telly. Yeah, it's kind of our little time on a Sunday to spend together. It's really nice. Um, but yeah, I don't really do much anyway. Like without my girlfriend. I actually started speaking to some of my old friends um, from, gosh, 3 years ago or something. Um, yeah, it was a whole big thing. We didn't speak for couple years, and then I went to Gay Pride. They came up to me and they were like, "Hello," and I was like, "Oh my god, hello." And then like we're friends again now, but we just don't see each other that often. And it'd be nice to see them more often. But at the same time, I'm like I'd love to see friends, but then, and I do moan to my girlfriend sometimes, like, oh God, I haven't got anyone to go out with. I'm so bored. Like I'm stuck in the house. I'm going stir crazy. All I do is go to work, come home, go shopping, come home, go to work. Like that's literally my life. Play The Sims. But after weeks and weeks of doing the same thing, you do get like really bored, really, really bored, and really like um just fed up of being stuck in the house. And my girlfriend, she's got quite a few friends, which is really nice. I'm so happy for her. She's got like a girl group from school who are like her best friends, and then she's got a few other groups scattered around. And like I'm really glad she does because I've never really had that. Not my own personal friends. I've always had friends of partners or whatever. But yeah, I'm really trying to. I don't know. Trying not to moan. It's hard. Trying not to moan that my friends aren't like I don't see my friends that much, but they all live so far away as well, which is another nightmare. Um, there's one friend who I see quite often, probably like I don't know. Sometimes it could be once a month, sometimes it could be once every month and a half, once every 2 months. But we always, chat here and there and see each other and stuff. But like, just be nice to have some more friends. Not maybe not have some more friends. Like I'm not bothered about the quantity of friends. I'd rather just have a few friends that I can trust and go out with and just go out with once in a while, really. Like I do, I'm a homebody. I do love staying at home. I really, really do. I love playing my game and building and stuff. Obviously, sometimes I have to be in the mood for building, though. To be honest, I can be a bit like, oh, I can't be asked this week to even go on my computer. Like, there's a couple of weeks where I've just not even turned my computer on, which again is another sad thing. But now I'm getting older and now I'm working more like in real life. Like The Sims has kind of been put on the back burner, is that the saying? A little bit. So I just kind of come on here when I do have a day or a few hours to kill. Say if I'm say if it is a Sunday, my girlfriend pops out to see her family or something. That gives me like an hour or two sometimes, and I'll just pop on my computer if I've got nothing else to do. Um, and it's yeah, it's quite nice. And then live streams as well. When my girlfriend goes out like with her friends on the evenings, I do try and do a live stream every once in a while. So sometimes recently I haven't been. I've just been sitting on the sofa, getting myself a takeaway and watching Harry Potter or something, or just scrolling on TikTok all night, which again is another thing I love to do. I love to just sit at home and do nothing, which I never used to do. Or like used to love sitting and just watching stuff. I mean, I never used to like doing that. Now I like doing it. I love it. Um, and yeah, so when she goes out, sometimes I'll stream, but sometimes I won't. Um, I'm more into streaming, I think, now I've kind of figured out what I want to do with my channel. So we're going to be doing obviously speed builds slash podcasts on like my videos tab, and then on my live streams tab, that'll be like actual Sims gameplay. There probably won't be any building on there, or if it is, it's just building for like my current household that I'm playing with. Um, so it's nice to have separate little sections on my YouTube channel where you can see different things. And obviously, you've got uh, screenshots on Instagram, but it's normally just the house and the floor plans. Twitter is kind of where I talk rubbish and I will share um, sneak peeks and like progress pictures of what I'm working on there. But some weeks, like some months actually, I'm just not posting anything on Twitter and I'm just kind of sitting there scrolling and reading. Like Twitter's probably the last app I would click on to read and learn stuff on. Reddit is another one. Like I'm getting into Reddit. Um like you get so many likes on Reddit, it's crazy. Like I want to get my obviously builds and stuff out there, so I do sometimes post screenshots on there. Um, I really like despise social media for like the social media side of it. but I love it for like, is it marketing? Would you call it marketing? Like putting your videos out there and stuff like, but I just feel like people these days, they really like just post shit. Like, oh gosh, like the selfies are ridiculous. Like girls are going to get fillers done and all this stuff done and then their makeup done and then they're still using filters. And I'm like, girl, you don't even look like that. Like, I'm not trying to be bitchy. Go and do what you want. If you want fillers, go and do it. If you want to wear full face of makeup, go do it. If you want to get your hair done, go do it. Like, you know, all the power to you. You go, girl. Looks stunning because girls these days, like, they look amazing. But I don't get the whole changing your face so much and then still using a filter. Like, you may as well just left your face as it was and just use the filter because you look the same. Surely, I don't know. Like, it's craziness to me how edited everything is. And then you know that I keep seeing an advert for this. Is it the Google phone? I don't flipping know. And it's like you can literally erase stuff by a tap of a finger. You can change. You can like there's like a best picture feature where if you're in a like if there's a picture of a group of you and one of you's looking one way, but in a different picture they're smiling. Like they'll take the head or of that person and swap it in the picture. Like it's just not realistic anymore. It's mental. Like it's scary as well, like how unrealistic everything is becoming. Like it's scary, scary, and then you've got AI on top of it. And oh my gosh, like I just want to live in the real world. Um, like I said, go and get what you want done. It's doesn't bother me what you get done. I just get confused. Like, why would you get all this work done, spend so much money, and then still use a filter and cover it all up and change what you actually look like? That's the kind of thing I'm trying to get at when I moan about it. I mean, you know, we all want to look good and feel good. We all want. I go on the sunbeds. I get my nails done. I put fake eyelashes on when I'm going out. You know, we all get stuff done. I've got no fillers, nothing like that. I don't think I'd ever have fillers. Maybe when I'm old and wrinkly, I might have a bit of Botox just to get rid of the wrinkles. But you know, I'm 31 now, and I don't have wrinkles on my forehead and stuff like that. But you get girls at 21, 26 getting Botox, girl. You don't need it. Like, keep your young skin. Like, you look gorgeous as it is. Like, just natural. Um, Everyone's getting veneers. Like, just go and get your teeth done and get them whitened. Get them like get your Invisalign or your braces. Get them whitened a bit, and like that should be good to go. Like, oh, don't shave down your teeth. It's creepy. But again, you know, if you want to, and you think it makes you feel better, like by all means, and it's not hurting anyone else. By all means, go and do it. But it's just scary these days. Like, what are we all gonna look like when we're 80? I'd love to know. Like, no one's going to be wrinkly and, you know, aging gracefully. They're all going to be plastic, and it's scary. You know, cheek filler, like, I've even seen chin filler, under the eye area filler, bum filler. What? Nose job filler. It's just getting out of hand. And people don't, like, everyone looks the same nowadays. People don't look original anymore. And And then you've got people like me who I don't get anything done to my face or anything. And it does sometimes when I see pictures of people or people out in the street and they look like perfection, it does make you insecure. But I just would never want to like look like that. I think I'd look funny if I had bigger lips. Um, I don't know. I just feel and I don't know. I don't want to offend anyone. Like I said, you do you and do what you want to do as long as it makes you happy and it's not hurting anyone else. That is like my biggest motto in life. Like, do whatever the fuck you want to do, as long as you're not hurting anyone. But that's just literally my opinion, and I can't get my head around it. That's much more of what it is that I can't get my head around it more than. But you know, it's obviously because people are very insecure because of social media, and that is again gone full circle back to it. That is why social media is bad, I think, but it's good for, like I said, marketing and putting your videos out there and getting people to your YouTube channel because they see, like, say if I post a build on Twitter and Instagram and I hashtag it, and some random one person sees Sims 3 hashtag, clicks on my picture, and then it says in the bio, link in bio, or speed build, download on my channel, link in bio. It might get that one person to my channel, and that's kind of what I try and use social media for. I don't like to just post selfies for no reason. I love to keep memories, and obviously, if I go to places like London or on holiday or something, I will make a little video. I will put some pictures up and stuff like that, but they'll never be photoshopped, never be edited. I wouldn't even put like a color filter on. Just, when you swipe across and you just put like sepia on, or sepia, or whatever the flipping filters are even called these days. Like, I don't even do that. And I'm not trying to be like, oh, look at me all high and mighty, like I don't filter my things. That means I'm better than everyone. That's not what I mean at all. I just really think it's nice to have people's accounts that you can see, you know, realistic accounts that you can follow, and younger people can follow, and people who are insecure can follow, and just relate to you and just know that they are not alone if they don't want fillers, or if they don't look like that model with the snatched waist and the big lips. Like, that's okay. You can look like you. Like, that's okay. Like, I'm all about giving um positive, like being a positive role model, basically. I mean, I know I don't have that many followers on Instagram. I don't, I'm not a massive YouTube channel, but these podcasts and slash videos and the pictures I put up and stuff, and just everything I put out on the internet, I always want it to be a positive thing. I always wanted it to be a safe place and somewhere where young people, or even older people, any age, can come and just enjoy the chat, enjoy the conversation, maybe not feel so alone in certain things, you know, something to relate to, and something enjoyable to watch as well. Because I really think that's important. There's not many accounts that I follow. I mean, the accounts I follow are the ones I do believe are like quite genuine. If things start become disingenuous, I will unfollow, and that's just because I don't want to be fed this false stuff. I mean, I don't follow or watch the news because I don't really believe the media um, depicts things in the right way. Is that the right word? Depicts. And yeah, I just like to do my own thing, live my own life. Maybe that's why I feel quite like lonely and alone, because it's not just that I don't have, like, I've literally got a handful of friends and that's it, but that I hardly see. But it's also because I don't relate to many people online, and I do spend a lot of time online. Um, yeah, I don't relate to anyone, any girl on online. I really don't. I really do feel I'm quite a unique person, unique looking as well, and unique, I don't know, style, I suppose. I don't really follow the fashion trends, and like, I just kind of do me, really. And maybe to some people I might look old fashioned and I might look like a proper millennial, but I don't care. And oh, that's another thing. All these phrases and words that people are coming out with. I mean, I really need to get off TikTok. TikTok is like the worst thing ever, but it also teaches me a lot as well. Like, it teaches me a lot about Gen Z, if you want to flipping call them that. It teaches me about all what these different words mean, and it's funny though, because like, even down to emojis. Oh, you don't use the laughing face emoji anymore. You use the crying one, and that means laughing. And I'm like, what? When did this happen? But then I've got some kids in the family that when they're laughing at something through a text, they do put the crying face, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a Gen Z thing. It's funny. Like, it's quite endearing uh to see a new generation growing up and like see. I mean, it's only going to get flipping worse, isn't it? Surely, and it's going to like there's going to be another generation after them. The kids nowadays, like the babies nowadays, are going to grow up and be another generation, and they're going to have their own sayings and own things and stuff. And like, it's mad when you've gone from being like a kid, then you're 18, then you're in your 20s, and then you get to 30, and it's like I can't say the word. You are irrelevant, or the things you say are not cool anymore. Like, there's so many words I used to say in school, or I used to say, in my 20s and that. cringy words for kids. Like if I said that in front of one of the kids in my family, I'd they'd laugh at me, and it's like, hey, leave me alone. I'm old now. But I don't know. It's just crazy. Like when you're in that prime kind of time in your 20s, 18, 20s, whatever, teenagers to late 20s, like you just feel like I don't know, it's such a strange feeling. Like you just think like, yes, everything's like life's great and I'm so I can't explain. Like everyone of your friends are like into the same type of stuff. You can have the same banter and all this kind of stuff. But if I bantered with like a child now or like someone who's in their young early 20s, they probably wouldn't understand what I'm saying, or they'd be like, "What are you going on about? That's cringe." Like I don't even know if saying, "Oh my god, that's cringe" is a thing anymore. Like I don't, I have no idea. I can't speak. Oh my gosh, I'm a millennial. So I have no idea. I really, really don't. But it's just funny. It really is. Like it's like I said, interesting to listen to and learn and all that kind of stuff. But it's gosh, it's hard work being older. And then on TikTok, the Gen Zs literally roast us to death. The millennials, like even about I don't know if you've seen it. Like this is how millennials zoom, and they zoom in slowly. This is how Gen Z zoom, and they zoom in really fast. And I'm like, that's like, it's the same thing to me. It's just one slower than the other. But it's like, I could tell you're a millennial if you zoom slowly. And I'm like, oh my God. Or another thing, if you're a millennial, I mean, if you don't wear your hair in a middle parting, then you're a millennial or you're a boomer or whatever the other words are. But like then there was like a video of some girl who was a millennial and said, "Why would I want to wear my hair in a middle party when it's flat against my head? If I flick it over to the side, I've got volume, it looks nice. Why do you want to go around with flat hair?" Like it's really, really funny. And like I said, it is endearing, but then there is some aspects of it where it's not good at all. And there's a lot of bullying online, and there's a lot of I don't know, if you don't use the right words for people or something like, or pronouns or ways of saying stuff, like you can get hate for it. And it's like, we're not doing it on purpose. Like we're learning all these different words and pronouns and all these different things from the younger generation. And it's like, shouldn't it be the other way around? Shouldn't like the younger generation be learning off us? But that's not how it works these days because of social media. It's mental, absolutely mental. But yeah, I'm never out there to hurt anyone, upset anyone. Um, I just like to plod along and, you know, see what's going on and try and keep up with it all, I suppose. But it's just mental. Like, I can't get my head around a lot of the stuff that I hear every day. Um, Even with like the hate and the stuff that's going on in the world. Like, there's always bad stuff that goes on in the world. There always has been. There's always been murderers. There's always been hate and bullying and all that kind of stuff. But when you're on social media, you hear and see it a lot. Like a lot, a lot. So it's more in your face, and it seems like it's more common these days, but it's not. There's like I said, there's always been bad people in the world, and yeah, like it's more scary these days. Like people like to scaremonger as well, which like even the news likes to do that, which is annoying. But it's I don't flipping know. It's a scary time to be alive with this social media malarkey. It really, really is. I probably will like I've always been on social media since I was in my like 20s or teens or whatever. I've always been on something. Like whether it be YouTube or Facebook or MySpace or Bebo or Instagram. Like I've always been on the internet. I was an internet kid. I really was. All these different websites like Weeble's stuff. And do you remember all them? Anyone in your 30s or late 20s? Like I loved the internet, but back then it was more of a fun time. Like now it's quite serious and um quite intimidating. And everyone does it though. Like everyone. post stuff on even Facebook. Like Facebook's like an older thing now. Um, People still use Facebook, but kids these days they don't. Like I think Snapchat and Insta. No, not even Instagram. I think Snapchat's like the big social media for the kids these days. Oh my god, listen to me. 30, 31, and I'm saying the kids. It's mad. Like I sometimes feel like I am still a kid, but then I'm like, no, I see the kids like in my girlfriend's family or whatever, and I'm like, no, like they're the kids, like, and I'm calling them the kids or the babies. Like, her niece is like 4, and I'm like, oh, the baby, and it's just mad. Like, when I was a bit younger, or even like 3 years ago, like I wouldn't even think like there's kids in my life now, and I'm the adult. Like, it's mad. Can't get my head around it. I really, really can't. So we are like an hour and 5 minutes in, and I have no idea what else to about. I'm literally gonna have to think of something to talk about. I thought all this stuff that I was talking about, um, well, that I have been talking about was gonna be enough, but definitely not. So talking about fillers, filters, makeup, all that kind of stuff, it's got me thinking that like I really need to dye my hair. I really need some new makeup. Like I don't wear makeup that often. I really, really don't. I don't wear it to work. I don't see anybody. I literally see my mum, my dad, my cousin. Like we work as like it's a family business. I'm in a room which pretty much doesn't have windows. Nobody sees me. I don't need makeup, and I can literally get out of bed and leave at 5 to 8 and get to work for 8 because it's literally up the road from me. It's amazing. Quite lucky in that sense. So the work day is not like a big long deal for me. It's still long when you're there, but you know. Um, but like I just want to upgrade my makeup a bit, and my hair is I've got loads of greys in my hair. I really have. I need to dye my hair, but I just can't be bothered. Like I kind of want to stay natural, and I'm getting to the point where I really am being my most natural state of myself. Um, like I'm just letting the greys grow, and I'm letting my skin out, and um, I'm not putting makeup all over me every single day like I used to. I'm not putting eyelashes on, and I don't know. It's kind of a mad time. I don't know if it's because I'm nicely settled in a relationship and like I don't let myself go. That's something I wouldn't want to do. But like, you still got to make the effort for your partner and stuff. It's still nice to do that and go out together and look good and stuff. And yeah, um, it's nice to do that. But it's also nice to be in your natural state. And also, I really want to like be um more out in nature. Like it's really hard to do where I live because I'm kind of in quite a built up area. But like I feel myself spending more time looking out the window and I'm just looking at the trees and looking up in the sky. Um, and it's just really nice. Or I'm even on my phone scrolling through pictures or reels of like the Northern Lights or Lapland or London lit up at night, and just I'm just craving that um like just seeing nice sights and nice places, and like that's kind of what I want my life to be now I'm a bit older. Like I don't party, I don't go clubbing, I don't even touch a drop of alcohol. Maybe on Christmas Day I'll have a prosecco or two, um or at a wedding or something, but I don't like go out to drink specifically. Like I'll go out, I'll see a friend, we'll listen to music, but sometimes I'm just well, most of the time I really am just drinking pop these days. I had a couple of cocktails about 3 months ago, 4 months ago, but that's about it. And I don't know, I like staying in this state of mind, like sober, and I'd say content most of the time, but sometimes I still do struggle. Um, but I really do put that down to like social media and the way it can make you feel. And like even down to like people post stuff about their relationship. I've learnt now that I'm older that no one's relationship is perfect, and most of the time people are posting this stuff to overcompensate because they're not actually fully happy. Um, which is sad, like they're just doing it for the likes or for like to show people I am happy and my life's the best and yours is crap. Which it's just kind of says to me that everyone's just lying, just just going along, pretending, and it's quite sad. And I would never pretend. Like, if me and my girlfriend were having a rough time, I wouldn't put over Facebook. I love this girl so much, pictures everywhere. You just like just to show that no, we're actually okay. Um, like me and my girlfriend are good anyway, but you know what I'm saying. Like if I was going through a rough patch with my other half or my family members or my friends, I wouldn't post, oh, love these people so much, everything's perfect, my life's great. Like, I just wouldn't be false like that. Because who are you really kidding? Like, you're kind of kidding yourself. Like, no one else is really that bothered. Um, I don't know, it's a shame that people feel insecure and out of control that much that they have to pop stuff up on social media just to make them feel better, to make their life look better than someone else's. Everyone seems to always one up each other, and that is not right. I don't like that at all. I can't really explain what I mean without saying examples of people that I know, or I know of. I'm not close with these people. They're just on my Facebook or whatever. But there's people out there that'll put a selfie, three different selfies of themselves with filters on, with fillers, um, like edited to the max, with the caption something like, I don't know, oh, I can't think, like with a quote that says, oh, let me think of a quote. I can't think of a quote, but like a cocky, arrogant, um, yeah, just a cocky, arrogant quote that makes it seem like I don't care about anyone. I'm looking good. My life's perfect. And I'm thinking, girl, oh boy, you are filtering the shit out your photos. You are only putting that caption up because you're trying to get back at an ex-boyfriend or a friend or like I'm all for being positive and loving yourself and stuff like that, but some people take it too far. Like you can love yourself in private and quietly. You don't have to be cocky over social media and be like, look at me, I'm this, I'm that. I don't know. I can't explain what I mean without finding some kind of quote which is along the lines of what I mean. Let me see if I can find one. Right, I've got a brilliant one that I've just found. Down to earth, but still above you. No, girl. No, that is so bitchy. Like, I get it. You're a bad bitch, and yeah, you look great, and you know, I'm sure no one messes with you, but they probably do, and you're just being kind of like a showgirl. They call men sometimes showmen. You're just being a showgirl. You're trying to make yourself look and feel better for social media, whereas you're probably at home, which is sad, and you're probably you know down and don't and insecure, and I don't know. It's just I'm all for bigging yourself up, kind of. I don't know. There's a way of doing it, but there's always girls or lads, or it is mainly girls. To be fair, girls that I see, they are they do put up stuff that's just like I don't know. It's just a bit much. Here's another one. Go find someone else to feed your ego. I'm busy. It's like I don't know. I can't think of the word of what I mean. What um, these things like I don't know, make me think, feel. Oh, it's just. And then there's like, you are either on my side, by my side, or in my fucking way. Choose wisely. And it's like, all right, it's almost kind of like a threat. Not that, I'm obviously looking way too much into this, but I'm trying to get across what I mean without sounding like if you say this stuff that I'm saying about these people, like you get mistaken for being jealous. But I'm just thinking, like, I'm living in the real world, and people, you will get shitted on. People will treat you wrongly. Um, you can't just put all these quotes up and make people think like, oh, don't get on the wrong side of her or him or them. Um, because 9 times out of 10, people are just kind of overcompensating, making stuff up, lying, making them look and sound better than they actually are. Um, and it's a shame because I genuinely want the best for people. I want everyone to be happy. I would never want anyone to go through anything that I've like bad that I've ever been through. Like I've been through some dark times, um, and I would never wish it upon my worst enemy. I really would. I mean, I don't have enemies, but I could just, it's just a saying, isn't it? I wouldn't wish it upon anyone because it's not nice to feel like that. And everyone has good and bad in them. Some people are more bad than others, some people are more good than others. But everyone lately is very, very selfish, very extremely selfish. And that's another thing that I see a lot. Like, do it for you, be selfish, but you can't go around being selfish. But yeah, do stuff for yourself and do things to make you happy, of course. But don't, there's a fine line between doing stuff to make you happy and doing stuff selfishly and just to spite people. That's what I'm trying to get at. People try and over, well, up one another just to spite them, just to show that I'm better, just because. And I'm probably not making too much sense now because I'm going on about it now. But like I find it hard to get my thoughts across. I always have done. Um, but yeah, it's a weird world out there. It really is, especially on social media. I'd love to delete it all, but because of my YouTube channel, I can't. Well, I can, but I want to get my builds and thoughts and stuff out there like this. Like I'd love someone to listen to this whole build slash podcast and um I don't know, have some discussions down in the comments down below. Like I'd love to hear your feedback and what you think. And you don't even have to watch this whole thing in one go. Literally keep coming back. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. You do whatever you want to do, or don't watch it at all, or watch half, or get bored. Like whatever you want to do. I will never get offended by anything. And also, if there's anything I ever say that I need to learn more on, and you're saying no, Kenzie, that's not right the way you said that or how you said that. Maybe people are just this, maybe people are just that. Like I will always read and learn. Like I'm willing to learn, I'm willing to listen, I'm willing to take on board what people say. Um, because I'm not living life like I'm living my own life. I'm not living, say, these girls that have fillers and filters on their pictures and put these quotes on their Facebook pictures, or like I'm not trying to hate or anything. It's just what I see. It's literally just what I see on my Facebook or my Instagram or whatever. Um, you just don't see naturalness anymore. And I'm quite lucky with my friends. I've got one, two, three, four friends, I'd say, and one who is a friend of a friend, but we all go out together. So let's say five friends, and they are all very natural girls. They're all are very quite genuine, and I'm quite lucky to be around those kind of girls. Like my girlfriend as well, she doesn't wear makeup. She's very genuine, very selfless. Um, yeah, and it's quite nice. It is quite nice to be around people like that. That's the people you need in your life. You don't need people who are like fake and only want to hang around with you and use you because of something. Um, like I used to think when I started YouTube that like I'd love to be like a little bit famous. I'd love for people to come up to me and be like, "Can I have a picture?" I mean, back, I was delulu. There's another Gen Z word for you. I was delulu. Back when I started my channel, I was like, "That's it. I'm gonna get as big as Life Simmer. I'm gonna get as big as um, I don't flipping Lil Simsy, let's say." Even though I don't think Little Simsy existed when I first started myself. But like, I wanted to be Deligracy. I wanted to be that kind of known. And if I was out and about, I would have wanted people to come up and. But the reason back then that I wanted that was because I would love to just show people that I'm loved by people. Like, that is not the right way to be because back then I didn't love myself. I was very insecure. Now I'm a lot more secure in myself. I love myself. Like, privately, as I said, I don't pop it all over everything and be like, oh, look at me, I look great. Um, like, I do love myself more. I could still probably love myself even more, but I do love myself a lot more now that I don't need validation from other people, which is good. The only validation I would want is from people I love, my family, my girlfriend. Like, I don't need validation, even from my friends. I don't need validation because they should, support me in everything I do, how I look. They should support me anyway. Um, and I would never want anyone to be jealous of me or, it's not nice to be a jealous person, but it's also when you are jealous, like I've been jealous in the past, it's not a nice feeling to feel jealousy either. So, yeah, it's like I've been there, done that. Like I've been jealous. I probably still get jealous sometimes about things. Not about like how people look and that. I like doing me. I really do. Um, but I wouldn't wish any of these bad feelings on anyone. Like, I just think kids these days, like the kids that are in my girlfriend's family, um, there's one who's like 12, girl. She's really pretty girl, quite popular in school, all over TikTok and Snapchat and stuff. And it's nice that she's got her friends and that. But I just hope she doesn't go down the route of I want fillers and all this because I see her as like a pretty little girl. Um, and she doesn't need any of that stuff. But I just like there's people in her family that have that stuff all done to their faces. I just think she's going to be around it a lot, and all these. She's quite popular in school. If her friends start getting stuff, she might start getting stuff. I don't know. I just think she doesn't. It's quite scary. She doesn't need any of that stuff, and I just feel like she will go down the route where she will. Maybe she won't. Maybe she'll shock everyone. But because everyone is going down that route, I don't know. I just feel like she might, and it'd be such a shame if she did, because she would. Like, a lot of girls ruin themselves with that kind of stuff. Like, I know another girl who's my age, a bit younger than me. I was friends with for a bit, and still got her on Facebook and that. And she looks great. Like, she got massive lips, massive boobs, massive bum, great figure. It's all fillers and stuff. And she does go to the gym. To be fair, she posts that she goes to the gym. I don't know what she does in the gym or how often she goes. Oh, my stomach's rumbling. And like her hair's nice, her makeup's always like perfect, but it is a lot of makeup and a lot of tan and stuff. Her nails are long. Like, she looks great in a picture, but when you see her in person, like, it's like her face looks a bit dirty from the tan, like a bit too much. Um, like, I don't know. I don't want to be mean because she's a nice girl. Like, I get on with her, always have done. Um, and before she had all that work done, remember I was hanging out with her, and she was about 17 or 18 when I was about probably 18 or 19. We all used to hang around in a little group, and she used to wear loads of makeup back then. Her lips were quite big anyway, and I used to think, oh, this girl's so pretty. Like, I'd love to look like her. I'd love to make the effort and do my hair all big like her and eyelashes on and stuff. But I've always just gone natural. But I always used to think like she's gorgeous, like and now she's got all this stuff done. She's still gorgeous, but it's like you didn't need to do that. Like you were gorgeous enough. You literally were. You didn't need any of that stuff. Like, I mean, like I said, do what you want, and as long as it makes you happy. I mean, maybe she's quite insecure about her looks. You don't know. Maybe she just likes the look of having massive like her lips aren't just big; they are huge. Like she looks like a doll. Like I said, she looks gorgeous with the fillers and the makeup and stuff, but she literally looks like a doll. And maybe she just likes that look, and that's fair enough. Like I'd never judge her on the way she wants to look and stuff. Same as I hope she would never judge me or anyone would judge me. Probably get judged a lot. Like I definitely get judged a lot. Like I'm probably not great looking to a lot of girls because I don't have these fillers and stuff. But then you don't know. You don't know if girls look at you and think, "Oh, I wish I could look that nice naturally," and maybe they don't. Like I don't know. You don't know what people think. Like you never also know what you look like to other people. Like I know what I look like in the mirror and in pictures of myself, but you don't actually know what you look like. Like you meant to look completely different to what you perceive yourself as. Like other people perceive you completely different to the way you perceive you. But also, people perceive you as prettier and more beautiful than you perceive yourself. Because when you look in the mirror, um, you look close up, don't you? And you're like, oh, pimple here, blackhead there, wrinkle here. But when you are constantly analysing your face and your body in the mirror, you're going to find faults because you're like, oh, hip dips, bit of flab on the belly, you know, all this kind of stuff, bingo wings. You're going to notice all the bad stuff, split end, you're going to notice all this stuff because you look at yourself constantly. But, from afar or from, just sitting with someone, table, table length distance and stuff, people aren't going to see these bad qualities that you see of yourself. So, people probably do look at themselves and be like, oh no, my lips need to be bigger, my cheeks need to be bigger, my bum needs to be bigger. But then I see a lot of girls that I used to know that looked great and I was not jealous of, but I used to think, oh, I'd love to look that pretty, um, and look like this girl. But then they get all this stuff done and I'm like, oh, like they didn't need that. And like I personally think some people do ruin themselves and it's a shame because like use what your mama gave you. Like your mom gave birth to you and you want to change how you look. You are the um whatever the word is of your mum and dad. Like you look like your parents. So I don't know. I just think it's a shame when people want to change their look up too much. I believe that if you are unhappy, if your lips are really thin and you're or uneven and you're really unhappy with them, just get a little bit, just to make it a bit more natural. You don't need to go over the top. I don't personally think, unless you really want to. Like, no judgment here, but that's just my opinion. Like I said, if I start getting wrinkles in my forehead and they're really bad, I might go and get a little bit of Botox. But also, I'm a bit scared, so I might not. Um, like when I smile, I have really bad smile lines or crow's feet, whatever you want to call them. I don't know what they're called. I don't know if crow's feet actually means wrinkles. And smile lines means they just appear when you smile. Like I don't know what the difference is, but like I have really bad dark circles under my eyes and wrinkly like wrinkles when I smile, like crow's feet, but it's only when I smile. But I don't know, I feel like that's just how everyone in their life has aged gracefully. And how you should really, how you should be. Should leave this world how you came into this world. With no fillers. But then I do like I saw this TikTok before this girl and someone asked the question, how do you look like that? How are you so pretty? And she's like, well, I do one thing, and that is get fillers. Oh no, that was it. Someone said, how do you look so young at 32? Well, I get fillers. And she's just like dead ass. I get fillers and that's it. And I like when people can get fillers and get all this work done and admit that they've got it. It annoys me when people pretend they haven't got this stuff done because 9 times out of 10 you can literally tell when somebody has had work done. It's so obvious these days because everyone looks the same. Oh, that's quite is that bitchy of me to say? Like a lot of people, they look similar. They don't all look the same. They look similar because the way they put the fillers in, it changes your face in the same way as it would change someone else's face. Because, you know, say if you put cheek filler in, it lifts up your face. It's going to lift up anyone's face in the same way. So I don't know. You can just tell. Um, I know someone who's had their lips done very naturally, and they look great because it looks natural. It looks fine. And you can't actually tell. But the people that have like a lot of fillers, but you can tell, and it kind of does annoy me when people go on like, no, I was born this way. Like my cheeks have always been big, my lips have always been big. Like there are people out there that do look that way naturally, which is probably very rare, but there probably are people out there. But I don't know. Like I said, each to their own. But I just don't think that many. Like I don't think girls really need to do that so much to themselves. It's a shame. It's just a shame that they're that insecure that they want to do that. And if they're not insecure and they just genuinely like the look, then fair enough, whatever. And they'll admit, yeah, I have fillers. So what? You know, like I said, I get my nails done. My nails aren't real. They're really long. They're not real. My tan, it's not real. Go on sunbeds. Like I'd always tell people what I do. I'd never hide it and just be like, well, my mum's Irish and very pale, and my dad's English and very pale, but I've come out absolutely like a tanned goddess. Do you know what I mean? Um, it's it is silly when people lie. That's another thing that adds to the falseness. Like, be false, like as in you know, get your false nails like I do. Get a false tan out of a bottle or on the sunbeds. Get false lips and cheeks and bums. Like you do you. As long as you make yourself feel better, you do you. But don't be a false person. Don't lie about it. Don't pretend like if someone asks you, "Oh, you got your lips done?" You say, "No, no, these are my natural lips. I just use lip plumper." Like, no, that's being false and fake, and you don't want to be that. Like, that's not a good um characteristic to have or trait to have fakeness. Yeah, you need to be, I think, in order to get through life honestly, you need to not be false and you need to be kind and generous and genuine. Yeah. But that's me TED talk about all that kind of stuff. And we've still got 20 minutes to go. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna have to think of something else to flipping talk about now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and heat my coffee up because I've got half a cup of coffee here that's literally cold. um, because we've been here a while, and yeah, I'll be back and hopefully have something to talk about in the last 20 minutes. Okay, I am back. My coffee is warm, or hotter, and I just had a little think while I was down there heating up my coffee, and I hope everything I just said, like nothing came off like I was being rude or anything like that. Like I'd never want anyone to feel bad for what they have done. Like if anyone's watching, they have anything done. Like I said a million times, like you do you. As long as you're not hurting anyone, then you know. But people are allowed opinions on stuff as well. And if you have an opinion on me, the way I talk about things, or you know, as long as it's uh, what's that word? Something criticism. The good kind of criticism, basically. As long as it's that, like I'm open to listen to it and take advice and stuff from it. Like the way I was just speaking about things I see. Um, yeah, it's just an opinion. It's not like I'd never hold it against anybody. Um, I literally would rather anyone feel good about themselves, feel less insecure, you know, like I'd rather people feel good about themselves and whatever they want to do, let them do it as long as it's not hurting anyone. That is the biggest thing. As long as you are not hurting anyone, like you do you. You do you, boo. But anyway, so the last little thing I want to talk about is Christmas because I don't know if I'm gonna have another build out now until like either Christmas is over or like next year because if I'm gonna stick to doing these long podcasty type videos and spending time building like a huge, um, really detailed, fully furnished house, then and it's gonna take a month or so, like I don't think that there'll be another video this year. Like I was planning on doing a Christmas build, but there's not really any kind of build that I'd really like to do. Um, like I think I've done all the Christmassy type build. I've done a modern one before. I've done a log cabin Christmassy house before. It would be nice if I could do a just normal English house decorated for Christmas. I don't know. I just don't think I'd get it out in time now before Christmas. I mean, I've got less than 25 days. I've got 23 days now. And after this voiceover, because it's so flipping long, I probably will have a break from The Sims. I don't know if I'll come back on it later on this afternoon or anything, because it's the morning now of the day the video's going up. And yeah, I, I'm getting a bit of a headache actually. It's quite headache inducing doing a podcast. Just talking so much, like I always get a headache when I talk so much. Let me just have a sip of my coffee. But yeah, when are you putting your tree up? I'm putting mine up next week because my girlfriend's got half a day at work on Friday, and I'm off work on Fridays, and yeah, it'd be nice to do that together. And uh, I put a couple of decorations up last night because I just, yeah, 1st of December, couldn't help myself. I got like a little garland, but it's not a garland, it's basically a light garland. So it's like just lights, just cluster lights, and I've put it hanging over my fireplace, mantelpiece, whatever you want to call it. And also got a little light up, about to say dinosaur. No, it's not a dinosaur, it's a reindeer. Bloody dinosaur. Little light up reindeer, and no doubt over Christmas I will be showing my decorations on Instagram. So please, 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 please pop over to my Instagram and give me a follow and all that kind of stuff. Like I just want some more followers on there to get my builds out and stuff. So yeah, it'd be really, really nice. But what we're doing for Christmas this year? Going to my parents' house for dinner, and we'll have the morning at my house with my girlfriend. We'll open presents. We'll have a couple of people around in the morning, open their presents, and then we're going our separate ways. Oh, let me know what you do for Christmas if you've got a partner, even if you live together, but you've got like separate, obviously families who both celebrate Christmas. Do you go together, like, and then spend half the day at one family and half the day at others, or do you just go separately? Me and my girlfriend just we've started going separately now. I was a bit gutted about it last night. I was having a bit of a moment and I was like, oh, I want you to come even for a couple of hours. I mean, she might come on the night for a couple of hours, but she might not, I don't know. But like I really like to spend Christmas with my family because we've always celebrated Christmas. It's always been a really nice time. My mum does a nice dinner and it's just family time, isn't it? Christmas time. And you know, when me and my girlfriend finally have a family and kids and that, then we will probably just stay at home for Christmas and have our own family time, and that'll be really nice. And the kids can all play with the toys and all that kind of stuff. Sorry, I was having a sip. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I always used to think, oh, it's a bit weird having a partner but spending Christmas separately, but it's actually not. Like a lot of people do that, and it's whatever. Like I would personally rather spend time with my family than anyone else's family, like my mum and dad. Like I don't see them that often. I see my mum and dad at work and that, but I don't see my sister and my granddad that often. So it's nice to just spend that special day, together, I suppose. And yeah, that's what's gonna happen this year. Mm, I don't know, maybe I'll pop to her families or she'll pop to my families after we've eaten dinner and stuff, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Um, yeah. nothing's nothing's not normal, I think, in relationships these days. Like, I suppose back in the day, tradition was you meet someone, you get married, you then have sex and have babies. And then I suppose when once you do that, you spend Christmas like yourself at home with your kids, young and that. But because everything's so different now we're older, well, not now we're older, everything's different nowadays. Like it's quite normal to go separately to like Christmas to me. It is family time. And I used to love Christmas. And it was kind of a time where I'd just go have Christmas, have dinner, and then just get drunk. And that would be kind of how that would be the thing that would be fun for me. Like, let's just get drunk and party and all that kind of stuff. But now that I don't drink, like Christmas to me, and also my nan's not around anymore, which is unfortunate. Like she passed away a couple of years ago, and Christmas has never really been the same since then. Um, and it's I don't know. It's not as exciting as it used to be, but also I am in my 30s, so that's probably another reason. Like it's more exciting when you're a kid, and it's more exciting to see the kids in your family getting excited, instead of you being excited for it. So I don't know. I don't mind so much not spending all of Christmas Day with my girlfriend. I mean, we're gonna have the morning together. We're gonna have the evening together. I'm not gonna be staying at my mum's till midnight if I'm there all day. Because yeah, I just don't know. I like to come back home and see my girlfriend, and we can do Christmassy things together, I suppose. But yeah. So another thing, I just don't feel like you have to. If you are separated for Christmas, you and your partner, then it's not a big deal. But to me, Christmas is important ish. I'm not religious, so that's not why it's important. Like my family are Irish and they are like Catholics, but we don't practice. We're not, we don't really believe. Um, it's just, I suppose, the generations before us, like my nan and my nan's mom and all that kind of stuff, they were probably very religious, and Christmas was always a big thing. So Christmas has always been a big thing for my mom because it was a big thing for my nan. Um, and then it was a big thing for me because it was a big thing for my mom. But it's not a kind of religious day anymore. It's more of just like family time and spending time together and having a nice Christmas day together. And my mum doesn't like she gets not upset, but she gets a bit like, oh, I really want to have my two daughters like at Christmas, and yeah, I'd rather make my mum happy in that sense and spend as much time as I can with her before she gets like really old and whatever happens. Then spend it with my girlfriend. Well, I want to spend it with my girlfriend as well, but if I like, I'd rather spend it with my girlfriend when we have babies, and well, not rather, you know what I mean? Like I've got time to spend it with my girlfriend when we have babies and children. And yeah, see their excited faces. So yeah, that's I suppose what's going to happen for the next few years. Um, till we do start having babies. I mean, I'm 31 now. I'm gonna have to start bloody getting some babies out soon, but I just still not ready. Like I feel like I'm gonna be quite a late mum. I'll probably be like 35 or a bit more. Um, my girlfriend's like, oh, ideally it'd be nice because she'll be 30. No, she's 34. She said, oh, I'd like to have a child when I'm 35 and you're 33. And I was like, I just feel like 33 is quite close. Maybe, I mean, another year or two, maybe it's not that close, but I don't know. I'm not ready to have babies just yet. I don't think. I'm quite scared. And I don't know, I just don't feel old enough. Like I'm definitely old enough, but I just don't feel old enough. And also, I kind of want to spend a bit more time traveling and going on holiday and spending time with my girlfriend, just me and her, because we've only been together like 3 years now. And I don't know, yeah, I just like spending time with my partner for a bit, and then we'll focus on babies and children a bit further down the line, I suppose. Just having a sip of my drink again. Oh my gosh, we're nearly coming to the screenshots at the end. I'm not going to be speaking through the screenshots. I will be putting some music over because, excuse me one sec. Oh, because I think I've been speaking for long enough, but there are loads and loads of screenshots at the end. So make sure you stay tuned for those because they are like I literally went round this house and took as many screenshots as I could. Um, of each angle of each room and stuff. And yeah, I like I like it. I like how hard I worked on this video, and if you're watching all the way to the end, I'd love for you to see the other kind of part to it where the screenshots of my photography skills, I suppose, instead of wasting it on nobody seeing it. I'd love to find somewhere to put all my screenshots of all my houses up. I don't know where I could do that. Maybe Tumblr would be the best place, or I'm not really sure. Facebook's a good place because you can get loads of photos in one album, but I don't really know if I want to. Like, I've got a Facebook page, but I don't think it's published anymore. I think I unpublished it. Not many people use it. On Instagram, you can't put enough. You can only put like 10 pictures on. Um, Twitter, maybe Twitter could be, or X, whatever you want to call it. Twitter could be the one because you can keep just posting like a thread of all the pictures. I did start doing that before. Maybe I could do it on there then. I don't know. We shall see. But I do like Twitter to be kind of a messy, just put in like, oh, maybe Instagram threads could be the one. I don't know. I really don't know. Let me know what you think where I should put my screenshots for builds. Tumblr probably is the best one. I'm just so afraid that eventually, like Tumblr or Instagram Threads or Twitter, it's not going to be a thing anymore, and then I've just lost all my stuff. So I don't know though. I'd just love to put all my screenshots somewhere. They're obviously in videos, but I'd love to put them all up somewhere where you can just go and flick through them. But I don't know where that will be, I'm afraid, just yet. We'll figure it out. We definitely will. I'm trying to think what else we've got left to do on this huge detailed farm. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I really, really do. Like, spent so much time and patience, and there's my washing machine if you could hear that. Yeah, and I just perfected it as much as I could, and I loved it. I love it. I mean, I love it. And there's loads of activities to do. There's a gem cutting machine in here, and also a sculpting thing in here. And yeah, that's the woodworking table. That's from around The Sims 3, that one. So that woodworking table, it's like the normal one, but it's just a table instead because it takes less room. And then yeah, just finishing touches really. And that is it. I can't believe I got through this. That was mental. Thank you so much for watching. Please like if you like, comment what you think, and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Bye.